Does anyone have a question they would like to ask?
Hey, Stuart, I have a question.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm wondering in this specific moment.
I'm sorry, but I don't see you. I just see your name. Is there
Oh,
something?
oh, you know what? It looks like my video was turned off. My apologies.
All right, go
Um,
ahead.
my question is, in this specific moment, how can I go deeper?
The first thing is to have patience with yourself and understand that the depth you're asking for is step by step, incremental. It takes time and it takes a continuum of working on yourself. And then being able to actively apply what you learn in the world to be tested by your life, by taking bigger situations on yourself, by understanding that the pressure of living has a singular purpose, or it should have a singular purpose. And that really is to make it possible for you to understand that you have to keep going deeper inside yourself and connecting with this source of energy, which is infinite in the universe, that gives you the strength and the power, to not only take care of your responsibility in the world, but to continuously go deeper inside yourself. So it's patience and it's doing the work, letting it unfold, letting it manifest, not being afraid to take chances with your life, not being afraid to make mistakes, not being afraid to take situations that, they can have a lot of pressure on them, economic pressure, relationship pressure. And then instead of, cowering and walking from this, go deeper, get the energy, because the energy and the answer to all of those problems and situations exist inside each and every human being. We have to go deeper. We have to ask deeper. We have to connect with a deeper element of the cosmos to draw down the energy that enables us to live our lives without allowing ourselves to truly be crushed by the pressure. I mean, Rudy once told me, he said, a diamond is a product of 50,000 years of the Earth's pressure. Oil is a product of the Earth's pressure. Every gemstone is a product of the Earth's pressure. We have diamonds that exist inside ourselves. We have precious and semi-precious stones that exist there. We need to find ways to tap that energy that allows us to go deep enough to find those diamonds. Often the pressure of life, taking upon oneself bigger situations and not cowering, as I said, but going deeper to get the energy to deal with those things. I mean, it enables us to work out karma. It enables us to truly, we have to become nothing inside. We can't be full of ourselves and allow our tension and anxieties interfere with the growth process. And the only way to get free of the tensions and the anxieties is to go deep enough inside to tap higher energy in the universe and allow that energy to come down and heal us. And there's no quick path to do this. It takes time, it takes work, it takes guts to not be afraid of opening to life and letting life be this amazing teacher that it is. And to use everything that comes to us as a reason to grow and not a reason to defeat ourselves. And how do you grow? I mean, I've been doing this all my life. You go inside deeper and deeper, and it enables you to connect with energy that is, higher energy. It's God, it's spirit. Bring it down and use the power of that energy in order to continuously build a chakra system that enables you to support a spiritual life. So it's like using the world, using life, using the pressures of life as a reminder of what we have to do in order to deal with them. Otherwise, people spend their lives hiding out, and that doesn't work. It's difficult, but this is one of the most difficult aspects of Rudy's meditation practice for people to accept and to comprehend. Everybody wants to go on vacation and have a spiritual life. Everybody wants, not to do the depth of work they have to do, take upon themselves and using life in all its manifestations as a teacher of what we need to do to go deeper. We do that and we heal ourselves of fear, of insecurity, of anxieties, of et cetera, et cetera. And it's not only you, Ben, everybody needs to learn how to do this. And I tell you something, I've been doing that most of my life, this kind of thing I just described. And it's an adventure that transcends just about any kind of adventure I know you can go on. Because the adventure is not external, it's internal. Using the external to go deeper inside yourself. It's internal. And that is really the most extraordinary adventure that anybody could go on. The voyage through themselves. So where all great art comes from, all great music comes from that, all great theater comes from that, dance, life, the essence of life and the highest levels that people can attain in this world come from that energy. And instead of, using the energy to lord over an empire, you use it to truly build your spiritual life. I always recite that poem by Shelley, here lies Ozymandias, King of Kings, where all of that energy, that internal energy, went to building an empire. I ruled half the world. And Shelley, the poet, is standing at his grave, a 6-foot empire, and he's not. So it's internal. That is the real treasure, and using the pressures of life to build that internal. And of course, they come, more and more of it comes as you go deeper and deeper. Creative energy comes. Does anyone else have a question?
I have a question, Stuart, Chris. Stuart, this last retreat that we had was the most powerful experience of our work that I've ever had. And I feel like I've been deeply changed by it. And I'd like to ask you about the breaking down process that happens in a retreat. Could you talk about that, please?
Well, look, here with all of you, I have 3 classes a week in Europe and the Middle East. In the other class, I have 4 classes a week. Now, this might satisfy the hunger of most people. When they come to a retreat, there are 9 classes a day. There's a class like we just had. There's a hands-on healing class. And then there's question and answers and me talking about the meditation. Each one of those things is a class. And there's 3 of them in the morning, 3 in the afternoon, and 3 of them in the evening. It's 9 a day. Then Sunday, it's the same thing. Now, that kind of intensity transforms people. It transforms people. I mean, people leave. Sometimes I don't even recognize them. They're different people. I mean, it's amazing how that kind of intensity will transform people. Again, here we do 3 classes a week. Now, that might satisfy most of you. I don't know. Doesn't satisfy me. And I need to do these retreats. I need to do them because the demands and the pressure and the inner work that is involved is so deep and extraordinary that I don't come out of a weekend like that being the same person I walked into it. And then it's what you do after. It's not the retreat. It's what you do on Wednesday. You know, you fall back into the same bullshit patterns and living and boring and blah, blah, blah. Or do you open to expand yourself and allow the creative aspect of your life to take over? So the real thing you learn is not in the retreat. The energy is so strong. It's 3 days later, a week later. How has it changed your life? Or does one just slip right back into the same stuff? Now, I need to do these. I'm going to be doing one of these every 2 months. I don't care if one person shows up. I really don't care because I need this. I need that intensity of work because it always changes me. And I know there's money involved and all that stuff, but, you know, ultimately what you get from it, there's not a lot of money involved. You know, and if money is the problem, people have to grow up. I really mean it. We live in a world today where, you know, I mean, I used to live in a loft and I would pay $4,000 a month. And people would say to me, well, how can you do that? Then it was a lot of money. So I'll sell another painting and pay for my rent. You know, today that same place, it was $30,000 a month. The whole world has gone freaking crazy. And what I try to do is to keep it at least reasonable, you know, and hopefully that people will make that extra effort to, okay, I need to do those 9 classes. They're going to maybe, hopefully transform my life. I will make the effort to come. And I, you know, I mean, that's what the retreats are all about. That's all they're all about. Intensity of work. And using that intensity to and I'm telling you, there are people sitting right here that at the end of that retreat, they were different people.
Yeah.
They were different people. They didn't leave the same. So why not continue doing this? As I say, if one person shows up, I will do. I don't care. If Jennifer's the only one who comes, I'll do it with Jennifer, you know? I really don't care. I need to do that. And I might be crazy, I don't know, but it seems to work.
Yeah.
And I know people live in Israel, they live in, you know, Belgium, they live all over the place here, you know, all over the United States and France and et cetera, you know, but I mean, one of my goals, honestly, is I want to somehow get in this today's real estate market. I'm not sure I'm going to be able to do it, but I'm going to work to do it. I've been asking for help to do that, to find a house. I've had houses. I had a place in Texas. I had, you know, places in New York, but today I have an apartment here in Stamford, Connecticut. But I've been asking very deeply for the energy to give me the internal energy, to be able to make it possible where I can have a place and there can be extra rooms and people can come spend a week or two and get training, so I can, not as an ashram. I don't want to run an ashram. I'm not interested in communal living. It's mostly just a place where people hide from the world, but a place where people can come and spend a week or two and get deep training. This is what I'm asking for now. So I got to raise the money, et cetera, et cetera. Somehow it'll come. It always comes. Because I need to give the training. I need to give away this teaching. And I'm not sure it's working on internet, I need to have people that I can really train. Does anyone else, I hope that's clear, Chris.
Yes, thank you very much.
Does anyone else have a question they would like to ask? And just to end this, I'm not going to travel like I used to. I can't. I almost killed myself doing that, and I'm not going to do it. And people are going to have to find a way to come here because I'm not going to do that again. 2019, I traveled 100,000 miles, and I did it for one reason, and only one reason, to teach this meditation. And I wound up in a hospital having a major operation. And I said, I'm not going to do this anymore. Doctors don't make house calls anymore.
Good.
Does anyone else have a question? Okay, well, God bless you all. And again, thank you for being my teacher, for demanding that I work in the kind of depth I have to work. And I hope it continues. More people can learn about it and take advantage of it. And it's my joy and my pleasure to do this and to try to share with you whatever I've learned in my life. So thank you and bless you all.
Thank you very,
There'll
very
much.
much.
There'll be a class on Sunday, and I'm hoping to see you.
Thank you, Stuart.
You're
Thank you
welcome.
very much.
Bye.